Hello, Gem Hunter. In today's video, we're going to talk about a very special gem, discreet but very valuable, and best of all, it can be found in many places around the world, including the region where you live. So don't be alarmed if you come across one, either on your property or while walking in nature. Because it's dark, it can go unnoticed by many laypeople. But after this video, you will know how it is possible to find this mysterious gemstone that can make you very rich, depending on the amount you find. I'm talking about opal, more specifically black opal, which is considered to be the most valuable in the world. Now let me ask you a question. Do you know how to identify a black opal? And if you found one, would you know what to do with it? Well, if you follow the videos on the channel, you should already know and be familiar with this precious stone called opal. The first question people ask when looking for gemstones is, why look for opals when you can look for more popular gems like diamonds, rubies, or sapphires? Well, for the simple fact that this is one of the few types of gemstones that can be found on the surface of the earth. From hillsides, canyons, open fields, easily accessible caves, or even in your backyard. Of course, like all stones, the best ones that can actually bring a financial return may be more buried, but it is a relatively cheap stone to mine compared to other precious stones like diamonds, for example, which require a very expensive infrastructure. So opal is a special stone because you can walk around and find a deposit, and because opals don't have telltale minerals, there is no specific pattern to finding an opal deposit in nature. However, the first thing you need to know is that besides black opal, there are other types of opal that can also be valuable and are scattered all over the world. These opals come in different colors, but most of them have this effect known as opalescence, this special characteristic that makes them have several sets of colors, revealing the spectrum of colors of the rainbow in the same stone. In other words, observing this unique characteristic of opals will help you identify them when you find one. If you follow the channel here, you already know that opal is composed of hydrated silica and has a hardness between 5.5 and 6.5 on the Mohs scale, and an average density between 1.9 and 2.4. They are generally lighter and more fragile than most common stones. Contrary to what many people believe, opal is not a mineral, but a mineraloid. It is formed from organic matter that has decomposed over millions of years and accumulated in cavities in various types of rock. This formation process is quite different from that of other gemstones. There are several types of opal in the world, including the United States. Among the best-known types, the highlight is the noble opal, which is undoubtedly the most valuable, famous, and rare type. This variety has a fascinating play of colors, a mesmerizing effect that makes it one of nature's most dazzling stones. Noble opals are widely used in jewelry and can reach incredible values, worth up to 10 times more than gold by weight. A curious detail that you may not be aware of is that there are several varieties of noble opal, whose characteristics change depending on the place or country where they are found. The great thing about these gems is their opalescence, a phenomenon of iridescence that reflects the colors of the rainbow and varies depending on the angle of observation. In the 60s, it was believed that the play of colors in precious opals was caused by the refraction of light in thin layers. By using an electron microscope and magnifying the stone 20,000 times, it was discovered that the effect was caused by tiny spheres of cristobalite suspended in a silica gel matrix, creating unique interferences and reflections. This is why noble opal is not completely amorphous. These stones contain small amounts of water, ranging from less than 1% to 30%. Over time, this water can evaporate, forming cracks and reducing the brilliance. To preserve their luster, they can be stored in damp, absorbent cotton, which will help bring out their colors. However, it is essential to avoid heat, shock, acids, and alkalis, as opal is extremely fragile. There are two main groups of noble opals: white opals with a clear or milky background, and black opals, which are rarer and more sought after, with a dark gray, dark blue, or black background that enhances the play of colors. Another interesting variety is matrix opal, or opaline, where the noble opal forms bands or inclusions in the matrix rock, creating unique and striking patterns. Continuing our list, we have the fascinating fire opal, known for its vibrant colors ranging from pale yellow to intense yellow, bright orange to deep red. Its brilliance, which seems to contain flames within, makes it unique and highly desirable. Unlike noble opals, fire opals generally don't have the characteristic play of color, but their intense hue makes up for it. The most valuable and rare come from Mexico, especially the deep red ones that resemble rubies. In the United States, there are also important deposits in states such as Oregon, Nevada, and Idaho, whose opals, although less well known, stand out for their unique beauty. The value of these gems varies according to the intensity of the color. Those with a weaker hue cost around $80 per kilo, while those with more striking colors can go for between $800 and $2,500 per kilo, depending on the quality. Among the most common opals, we find a diverse group that doesn't have the color play of noble opals or belong to the fire opals. Initially considered worthless, these gems have become more appreciated for their unique and attractive hues, which in many cases have made them precious stones. For common opals, color is the most important factor. Because they can be almost any shade, some varieties are given special names or identified by their predominant color. This has made them valuable in the jewelry market that requires specific hues. An interesting example among the common opals is the green opal. Generally, these stones have an apple green hue, with subtle colors and a slightly opaque appearance, which makes them among the most affordable gemstones. Recently, however, a mine was discovered in Brazil that yielded a rare and fascinating type of green opal. These new stones have crystalline characteristics similar to fire opals, with a vibrant color ranging from a bright honey green to an intense emerald green. This discovery has aroused great interest in the market, mainly due to the intensity of its colors, which are different from the traditional green opals. White opal is a variety of common opal that is highly sought after for lapidary work, especially in low and medium-cost jewelry. Its milky color gives it a delicacy that works well with pieces mounted in silver. These stones are generally affordable, with prices around $25 per kilo for cutting material. The larger, rarer stones, on the other hand, have a higher value and are often considered collectibles. The dendritic opal, on the other hand, is a fascinating curiosity. Usually found in shades of white, it has inclusions of minerals such as pyrolusite that form patterns similar to tree branches, creating a unique artistic appearance. Although there are dendritic opals in shades of yellow, cream, or pink, the white ones are the most common and commercialized. When they have a white background and well-defined black inclusions, these stones are called merlinite. Because of their beauty and exclusivity, dendritic opals are usually more expensive than ordinary white opals and are often used in silver jewelry. Transparent opal, also known as crystal opal or hyaline opal, is virtually translucent with a crystal-like appearance. However, its fragility makes it difficult to use in jewelry, making it more prized by collectors than jewelers. Andean blue opal is a rare and valuable variety found in the Andes Mountains. Unlike Indonesian opals, these stones are more translucent and, in high-quality specimens, have a translucent blue similar to the vivid luster of Paraiba tourmaline. With its unique beauty, this opal is still little known, but has great potential for appreciation. Pink opal, on the other hand, is one of the most popular varieties of common opal. The most famous is the Peruvian pink opal, known for its consistent and delicate hue, reminiscent of a soft but vibrant baby pink. This feminine appearance makes it a highly desirable stone, especially for decorative carving. Its price varies, but is not usually high. Polished or rough specimens, weighing between 300 and 500 grams, usually cost between $40 and $50 on foreign websites, as they are less common in the United States. Natural pink opals can also be found on American soil, although they are not yet commercially exploited. Purple opal, on the other hand, is valued in esoteric circles as an energy stone. Its color is a mixture of purple and white shades, which makes it difficult to find completely homogeneous specimens. Despite this, they are not expensive, but have a special appeal to collectors and lovers of unique jewelry. Now that you have an idea of what opal is, it's important to know about a specific type called black opal, which could change your life if you find one. The striking feature of black opal is its darker background, with shades ranging from dark gray and deep blue to true black. This background color intensifies the play of color, making the flashes and colored reflections much more vivid and intense compared to lighter toned opals. To give you an idea of its value, an ordinary opal with color play can be worth more than 10 times the price of gold. Now imagine a black opal. This type of opal can be worth 20 to 40 times more than gold, depending on its size and especially the intensity and colors present in the color play. Shades of purple and red are particularly rare and increase the value of this stone considerably. Black opal is an extremely rare gemstone, but there are specific places where you can try to find it in nature. I'll show you what these places are and what to look for to increase your chances of success. First of all, it's important to know that the best place to find black opal in the country is Nevada, thanks to the world-famous Virgin Valley opal, a remote and prolific mining district that produces some of the best black opal in the world. In northern Nevada, nestled on the Oregon border, a conglomeration of 3 high-producing Virgin Valley opal mines line the high desert valleys along the Sheldon National Wildlife Refuge, including Royal Peacock Opal Mine, Virgin Opal Bonanza Mine, and Rainbow Ridge Opal Mine. Although Nevada is often associated with gambling and the famous Las Vegas Strip, there is much more to discover. The vast 68,000-acre valley encompasses the heart of the Old West and its rich prospecting history. The region is full of common opal, but a few small deposits provide the precious black opal, known as some of the finest opal in the world. Tourists can visit this opal mecca during the mining season from May to November. If you're wondering what makes Nevada opal so prestigious, it's their variety of vibrant colors. What's more, the world's largest gem opal was discovered at the Royal Peacock Mine. In Brazil, only 2 sites have been identified that have the type of precious opal known as noble opal, which is characterized by its play of vivid colors. However, other varieties of opal have been recorded in different regions of the country. Despite this, the exploitation of opals in Brazil, the United States, and much of the world is still quite limited. This means that there is a huge untapped potential, as precious opals can be found in many places, such as Africa, Mexico, Russia, and others. What's more, new deposits are discovered every year, making this gemstone even more fascinating. However, the world's leading producer of precious opals is Australia, which is responsible for about 90% of the world's production of intense, vibrant, and multicolored opals. In Africa, an important deposit has recently been discovered in Ethiopia, where colored opals with crystalline tones have been found, attracting the attention of collectors and specialists. This geographic diversity shows that opals do not follow a specific pattern like other gemstones, appearing in unexpected places and challenging traditional concepts of mineral formation. Opals are generally more common in regions with desert climates. This is because the porous rocks, typical of these environments, facilitate the infiltration of liquids rich in organic matter, which accumulate and transform over millions of years. The formation process of opals is often compared to that of oil. Both originate from deposits of organic matter that accumulate under pressure over long periods of time. In the case of opals, the formation process is similar, but with some peculiarities. The organic matter dissolves and, in a somewhat mysterious way, ends up accumulating in small cavities within the rocks, preferably in the more porous ones. In the case of a noble opal, that is one with a fascinating play of colors. The process involves the deposition of very thin layers of silica. These layers, like delicate layers of paper, are responsible for creating the flashes of color so characteristic of noble opals. It's important to remember, however, that not all opals are formed this way. Many opals don't have this play of color and therefore don't have the same value or visual appeal as fine opals. In addition to black opals, there are other types of valuable opals found in different parts of the world, such as fire opals, which are very famous in Mexico, as well as being found in Australia and the United States. There are also opals of other colors and varieties, but the ones that really stand out for their value and rarity are the noble opals, known for their fascinating play of colors. Still, it's worth remembering that a black opal, as we've mentioned, can be worth a fortune, precisely because it's a stone that's still little explored. You may even discover a new opal deposit in your area or perhaps on your own land. That's because, unlike stones such as diamonds, opals have no indicator minerals to tell you where they might be. For this reason, it's not possible to know exactly all the places where ideal conditions for opal formation have occurred in the past. However, the first thing you need to learn is how to identify an opal in nature, whether it's valuable or not. The first opal you find won't always be the precious kind. Even in places rich in precious opals, there are many common opals. In nature, an opal can resemble a piece of plastic. It is a light stone, much lighter than others of the same size. Its appearance is almost always smooth and crystalline, even when broken, giving it a naturally polished look. This smooth, soft-to-the-touch texture distinguishes it from other stones, such as ruby, which can appear heavier, more rustic, and colder. Opal, on the other hand, has a unique look and feel that is often reminiscent of plastic. A simple at-home density test can help determine if a stone is truly opal. All you need is a precision balance. Don't worry, the process is quite simple and does not require any advanced skills. To perform the test, simply weigh the suspect stone while it's dry and then weigh it in a container of water. To make it easier, I've included a video below where we explain the test step by step to eliminate any doubts. It's a very simple process and can be done by anyone. Knowing how to identify an opal, which can come in a variety of colors, is essential to determining if the location you're looking for is really conducive to finding them. However, it is important to remember not to look for opals in rivers, as they are not stones that accumulate in river gravel. Opal is a more fragile stone and tends to form and accumulate in rock cavities. In other words, you'll find it in porous rocks or in rocks that have allowed liquids rich in organic matter to flow into their cavities over thousands of years. These stones are usually associated with another type of rock, and this can be found in virtually any rock formation. For this reason, you're more likely to find an opal in areas such as hillsides or canyons. Start by observing small fragments that may be visible on the surface. Most of the time, opals are white, but as mentioned before, they can come in a variety of colors. An interesting curiosity about opal is that it is relatively easy to find on the surface of the earth, requiring little or no heavy lifting. Compared to other gemstones, which often require expensive and labor-intensive equipment to extract, opal prospecting can be done more easily and affordably. There is a northern Nevada folktale about how the region's opals were discovered by accident. The story goes that a traveler on horseback stopped to rest one night, dug into the barren land to make a fire, and found a very beautiful stone. Intrigued, he took the stone home, where it remained for a long time in the doorway without much attention. Then one day, an unknown man passed by, saw the stone, and asked to take it for analysis. The man never returned, and the stone, which was said to be of considerable size, disappeared with him. Sometime later, several people began exploring the area and eventually found an opal deposit. We don't know if this story is completely true or just a creative invention of some writer, but many people have reported similar cases. Some have contacted us to tell us that they have discovered opals by shallow digging on their property. This reinforces the idea that there are many places around the world that have the potential to host noble black opals, especially in arid regions. Terrains such as sandstone mountains and hills formed by the compaction of sand are particularly suitable. These rocks are more fragile and porous, characteristics that favor the formation of opals, making them ideal for those who wish to mine these gems. But when it comes to value, a black opal is a stone that can make you rich. We already have reports from several people who have found various minerals in their respective regions. But what if you find a gem other than an opal? What do you do to identify it? Well, if you want to learn how to identify other types of gemstones, such as tourmalines and diamonds, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our weekly videos that teach you all about gemstone identification. However, the most complete, intuitive, and accessible material you can buy on the internet today is our ebook, Gemology Journey for Beginners, available at the first link in the description of this video. This guide was developed specifically for beginners, with detailed descriptions of the characteristics of various gems, including all types and shapes of opals, and helps keep this project self-contained. Also, remember that even the most common opals can have interesting value, although they are not easy stones to find. In other words, it's worth analyzing every pebble you find in nature. With luck and dedication, you can build a unique collection or even turn your passion for gems into a source of extra income. In the next video, which is currently playing on your screen, you'll see incredible gems that could change your journey in the world of gems forever. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. Good luck, Gem Hunter.